I spent so many years of my life in survival mode.
Found out on the news that we closed down.
People's hobbies here are drinking and partying. That rock bottom moment, peace is the real bag. What we do to maintain our spiritual, mental health, and sobriety, we're not meant to live in overstimulation.
Overly stimulated all the time.
Why did I call him 200 times? The traumas of having an Asian mom. Spiritual warfare is at an all-time high. Hi everyone, welcome back to Bottle Girl Diaries. For those of you who are new to my channel, I'm your host, Cindy. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you to all of our loyal subscribers and viewers for the feedback, the love, and the support that you show. That being said, you know the drill already. Keep it cute and click that subscribe button below so that you can stay up to date with us on our latest. Let's go ahead and dive right into today's episode. Today we have the beautiful Christina Chu, my friend and coworker. Today we're going to talk about our spiritual and mental health and how it's just a little bit more taxing in the industry and what we do to maintain our spiritual, mental health, and sobriety. Christina, thank you for coming today. I really appreciate you. I know that we worked last night and we're super tired.
Yeah.
So with that, I just want to paint a picture for you. We didn't go to sleep until like 5 or 6 this morning. So thank you for coming. Like I said, I had told a previous interviewee that it really means a lot when you don't cancel, just because it's just integrity and it means a lot to me and Spinelli, so thank you. So how many years have you been in the industry for?
I've been a cocktail waitress since I turned 21. I grew up here in Vegas. I moved to Arizona for a little bit of college, and when I came back, that's when I started cocktailing.
Yeah.
And
how many years experience do you
I'm
have?
28, so what is that? 7 years?
Oh, really? Where did you opened Chaos, didn't you?
Yes.
How was that experience where they
R.I.P.
closed? I know, RIP for the 6 months that it was open. How was that experience though? Because I think that we've had people that opened up Chaos, and I kind of want to know, because I think that they had a lot of the same artists that we do right now at Zouk.
Yeah, a lot of the same.
What's the difference? What do you think is the difference between Chaos being at the Palms and Zouk being at Resorts World with the same artist?
I honestly felt very similar vibes when I started at IU /
Really?
Zouk.
Yeah.
Just because we have
all the same people,
executives.
same executives.
Yeah.
When you worked at Chaos though, and that happened, that you guys shut down after was it 6 months? 6 months?
Was it?
It was
I don't
a
even remember.
short-lived.
It was one season, and then
Done.
the first day of the Dome, I worked half a shift, and then we found out on the news that we closed down.
Not on the news.
On the news.
Wait, what's that called? It's not unemployment, it's severance. Is it called severance pay? Yeah.
It wasn't anything special.
Oh my God, what'd you do to get money at that time?
I've been on Venetian the whole time too. So
Oh, okay.
I was always doing doubles.
Where did you work at
needed my
Venetian?
stability and security. I started on the cocktail floor, and then I moved into the lounges, the ultra lounges, Rosina, Dorsey, Electra.
Okay, that's how I remember. I know that everybody has such a different story, so
Yeah.
Can I ask you what you were studying when you went to college in Arizona?
I listened to my mom.
Wait.
Asian mother.
Oh my gosh, can we talk about real quick the traumas of having an Asian mom?
I'm in therapy. I'm kidding.
No, because they're
I
crazy.
love you, Mom, but
They're
dang.
crazy. They don't understand. I think that Asian parents almost have...
Because they just grew up in survival mode.
in survival mode, and so they put us in survival mode, and it's
Yeah.
I could call my mom and she could be the happiest person and be like, oh, I love you so much, I'm so proud of you, and then the next minute she's calling me every name in the book and I'm in tears, and she's the only person that can do that to me. So is that your mom too? Even though I know that you love your mom and you
but we both
are the same.
get into it.
Yeah.
But we're the same, yeah.
That's what it is. It's
We're the
we
same
are a mere
person.
reflection of them. So I brought you on today because something interesting happened to Christina and I this time last year actually, and we bonded honestly, over depression.
Yeah.
We bonded trauma bonded over depression. And so we're going to open up the space today on set to talk about spirituality and our mental health, because to be quite honest, when you are into these two practices, it's almost like you're the odd one out in the industry, because people's hobbies here are drinking and partying. You really have to separate yourself from that, and there's no judgment at all toward those people. But in general, do you think
it's
that
just a polarizing lifestyle?
Yes, polarizing. There you go. That's like the perfect name for it, I would say. It's not a real lifestyle, and all while it's fun and it's a great ego boost, later it trickles down to really messing with your mental health and your spiritual practices. So do you think that your mental health has declined since you have gotten in the industry? And I want to just say we are so grateful for what we have, and we do make great money, but we're also going to talk about the not so glamorous things that we have to experience as well.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, you have to really fight for your happiness and your sanity. So do you think your mental health has declined since you've gotten in the industry?
I wouldn't say it's declined. I would describe it as, if anything, it's helped sharpen and strengthen my discipline and routine into my spiritual hygiene, I knew nothing about spirituality and mental health before I started at Zouk, honestly.
So you told me that you really took a turn to go on the up and up on your spiritual practices and your mental health. What happened last year to put you in that place? Because I feel like every person in life has like a, I know, yikes. Every person in life has like that pivotal moment, that rock bottom moment, that dark depression moment, that you have two choices. It's either you're gonna go down even further or you're gonna make that choice to go up. And so what was that catalyst or that turning point for you?
So last year was just a series of traumatic events. I don't even know how I'm here today.
Yeah, you honestly, this is like sad. She died twice. She almost died twice. So do you mind sharing with us?
It started, went through a breakup, and then starting March of last year, my grandma passed, and then I got appendicitis. They misdiagnosed me at the hospital.
Can I just say, she tried to use that parasite cleanse, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she tried,
that wasn't
the reason, but I felt like it was crazy that it happened right after that, right? The appendicitis.
Yeah. The doctor misdiagnosed me, so I was at home with a ruptured appendix for like 4 days. I don't know how I'm alive. And then they did emergency surgery on me. Then 2 weeks later, I was I was better at home, like getting better. And back in the hospital again, because I was septic from the ruptured appendix. And then...
Because when your appendix explodes, isn't it a lot of like
toxins
that are kind of, they're filtrating into your body, right?
Straight poison in my whole body.
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
That's so scary.
It was really honestly, the second time I was in the hospital hurt way worse. It was way more painful than the first time. The first time sucked, and then the second time was worse. I was like, how could it get worse?
Oh my gosh.
And then after that, I was out, and I was still keeping a pretty positive mindset.
Mm-hmm.
You were. And then I got a puppy that I only had for like 24 hours, and then he passed from parvo. So that was another crazy...
God, you went through it. I'm so sorry.
That one hurt me. That one still, like, I can tear up right now. So...
What is
that was
parvo?
Just back to back. When you get, I don't know, it's just a disease that there's no cure for it.
It's almost like SIDS, maybe?
Your immune system just has to fight it. That's it. So as a puppy, you don't have an immune system. So he had no chance. I tried to give him a chance, though, so that was kind of traumatic for me. And then...
Gosh, that was so tough.
This was all in a span of 2 months, 3 months? 2 months.
So you got appendicitis, you were hospitalized twice, and then within that 2 months, you got a new dog, maybe for some emotional support, and then he passes.
Yeah.
That's just... I remember sometimes, like, looking at you, and I'm like, I don't know how she's, like, maintaining or handling this. And it's just, we have to be on at work and talk to people and be happy and like entertain people. And you literally just kind of had to like put on a happy face. Do you think that coming to work helped you get over that a little bit?
Yes and no. Like, honestly, this applies with anything in life. Like, getting there is the worst part, but once I'm there, it's fine.
Yeah.
So like, same thing with going to the gym. Like, I hate getting to the gym, but once I'm at the gym, it's fine. Same with work too.
Same with just waking up and getting out of bed. Like, once you're out of bed, it's fine.
Yeah.
You know, you really have to push through. So what are some things that you felt that you started doing differently? Because I think that you kind of had like an awakening. Like,
that definitely kickstarted my spiritual awakening last year. And then I'm honestly, I gotta say, I'm probably the happiest I've ever been my whole life. Like, I'm so grateful for the things that have happened last year, because I wouldn't be where I am today, like mentally.
Yeah.
And like I said before, I never knew anything about spirituality or being like aware of how to control your emotions or anything like that. Like, we're both emotional.
Yes. Very emotional.
So I used to be emotionally impulsive, and now I'm way better at controlling my emotions.
Yeah, and when you act off of emotion instead of logic, you later kick yourself in the ass. I'm like, dang, why did I send that novel? Why did I call him 200 times?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not 200 times. But how we bonded is because around that same time, I look at the calendar as I'm looking right now. This time last year, matter of fact, I think I was on my way here to record, and I'm not going to give too much glory to that person because that's, you know, he don't deserve that. But she said, I'm so glad I went through that, because that darkness, I'm going to be honest, it fucked me up.
I know.
It broke my heart. And you were standing in the back of the section. We were kind of in the back of the club that night. That's where our sections were. And I was standing in my section just crying. Just crying.
Which is normal, honestly. Like, I've gone to the bathroom a few times and cried myself.
You know, and then it's kind of crazy because you could be getting sat with your table within minutes, and you're like, hi guys, welcome to Zouk nightclub, and it's just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
You know, you really have to put on. But anything that broke my heart last year, it fixed my vision, and I was like, all that energy that I used to cry, we had to go through that. Because this year, look at us now, like fast forward to literally a year later, you know. So what do you do on your days off for your spiritual and mental health practices to kind of keep you in a good place, you know, in a happy place? Because sometimes it's hard to get sucked back into that dark place. And especially with all the ugliness that's going on in the world today, it's hard not to absorb that. You know, we're literally going through some of the scariest times that have, you know, came to surface in so many years. And I'm talking, it's spiritual warfare out there in general.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I get really dark thoughts, I'm like, that's the devil. That's literally the devil, and that's not welcome here, you know? So what do you do on your days off to kind of balance the two?
Honestly, I became very boring.
The boring things though is what people who are multimillionaires and successful people and pastors, the boring things, the routine things, is what will get you in a place where when you're 45 or 50, you're ahead of the curve and you're able to retire or you're just in a peaceful place. I think people want to make money, but I think that cultivating, you know, peace is the real bag, you know, cultivating peace in your life. Like, so tell me what you do on your days off. You say the boring things. What are boring things to
so I
people?
walk my dog every day. I used to hate walking outside. It's just
because we turn into vampires too when we're working at night. We don't want to see the sun.
I think we're just overly stimulated all the time. Like, we have our phones, we work in a nightclub, like I kind of have like ADHD. Like, I need to be entertained. So, you know, a walk, like, you have nothing but your thoughts. But I grew to really love it. And honestly, my dog saved me too. So if you're struggling with your mental health, get a dog.
Oh, yeah, they will love you unconditionally, for sure.
Yeah.
And then what else do you do, like, on a daily basis? Like, give me your morning routine. What do you do?
So I never had a routine before, and that kind of messed me up. now, like looking back in retrospect, hindsight, so I just started establishing a routine for myself, getting like the simple things, like go back to basics, like making your bed in the morning, brushing your teeth, and journaling. I started writing lists, and that's really helped me just build momentum and just keep moving forward in life. Practicing gratitude on the walks, anything, just being more aware of what you're consuming too is super important. So I used to listen to,
maybe podcasts that are more
like Call Her Daddy is not wholesome.
It's fun, but it's not like wholesome.
Yeah, exactly. So my new favorite podcast is like Skinny Confidential. It's more, they talk about holistic things and health and all that. I really threw myself into health, like anything holistic and health.
The reason I think so this is what I think, is everybody nowadays is looking for a fast fix, right?
Yeah.
So they're looking for that fast dopamine, which is picking up your phone, posting a picture, and getting 1,000 likes. Why? Because that's boosting, your ego, whatever it is. And then people think, okay, I'm kind of sad over this breakup. I'm going to go party with my friends, and I'm going to forget about the breakup. And then the next day, the breakup's still there, right? And so when you say the boring things to most people are having a morning routine, doing your bed, saying your prayers, meditating, getting sunlight, exercising. Those are the boring things. The boring things are tending to yourself, taking a bubble bath, watching a movie, and not going outside. Those are the boring things, but those are the things that are going to keep you from losing your shit.
Yeah, and just being protective of your energy.
And people, oh my gosh, they don't understand.
I feel like self-care and self-love these days is not what it really should be. I feel like society is pushing self-care and self-love as disguised as,
going to get your
treat
hair
yourself,
done.
Going on shopping sprees and binging on, Netflix and pizza and ice cream and stuff. And yeah, those things are great once in a while, but it's not doing yourself any good. And I think self-care and self-love is doing the hard things for the future you.
Absolutely.
And if you're looking out for yourself and the future you, then that's self-love, because you truly love yourself.
Yeah. No, see, and I love that. That's why, like, when you talk about this stuff to me at work, I can relate to you and we vibrate on the same level, and also too, just being able to separate the two of like, okay, there's a balance, every now and then, we want to get dressed up and get cute and go to dinner.
Yeah.
And we don't have to go and black out or whatever it is, you know? So I would say that the spiritual and mental, practices are kind of like almost frowned upon in this industry because, like I said, people's hobbies are drinking and partying and kind of
distracting themselves.
Yes, numbing themselves. That's numbing. You're not dealing with it. And that's also why I think that I only connect with certain people, because I need a little bit more substance than just like the partying,
Yeah.
I need the substance of knowing that like I could call you if I'm going through some real life shit, if I have a flat tire on the side of the road, but there are those people that you can only call them if you want to go to the club. So I really do appreciate you sharing that. And it's really important these days. If you guys haven't been paying attention what is going on in this world, spiritual warfare is at an all-time high. I really hope that everybody is believing in something, a higher power, Buddha, God, whatever it is, the universe, because I'll tell you one thing right now, we're not meant to live in overstimulation. The human mind is not meant to live in overstimulation, to be on our phones all the time, to be in crowds all the time, so like you said,
one of my favorite psychologists, psychiatrist Jordan Peterson, he was just talking about how there's so much distraction out there.
Yeah.
And, I don't know if you want to get into that, but, the elites, the evil people.
Yeah, the evil people, the people that are in the Hollywood elites, they are kind of trying to run the world right now.
Yeah.
And that's just what's scary, is because, they're conditioning people's minds. So if you spend a lot of time to yourself and conditioning your mind to the right things, to the fruitful things and just making sure that you're honing in on yourself, then you're more protected from that. I guess you'd say.
Exactly. Just
So
be more aware.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I will say this, I'm really glad that you're still here, and I know that was really hard for me to see you go through that last year, and I think that it's kind of sad we bonded over depression. But I'm grateful that you literally took your arm and you said, come on, you're coming up with me, because you were in a dark place too. So when you can do that.
I just feel like God sends you angels.
Yeah, they do. They send you people to fight for you.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
Sure. For sure. Me and Spinelli, we stuck together through quarantine and we built this channel. And I'm going to be honest, like we could have multiple times probably let our depression get to us, but this kept us alive. Like we had a lot of fun with this. And, we even skipped like boating days. We skipped a lot of things to be here. So I'm really appreciative of your time today.
Of course. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm so grateful. And, we have a good year ahead. We'll kind of see what the recession may or may not do to Vegas, but maybe we'll save that for another episode. So can I ask you something? Do you think that spirituality or believing in God is just a little bit more foreign to people out here? Or do you think more people believe in it and they're not expressing it or living up to that? Because I think, like, I kind of stopped going to church more when I moved to Vegas.
I think that there are a lot of people that do believe in God or are spiritual or religious. They just don't really speak on it, or maybe they've kind of put him in the back burner of their mind in their lives. That's because, once again, everyone's distracted.
Yeah.
There's distractions everywhere, and I think that's the devil in disguise.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound too woo-woo, but...
Yeah, everybody has their own beliefs. Some people believe in God. Some people just believe in being a good person,
Yeah.
And that's okay too. In this industry right now, I'm seeing a lot more people that are getting out and really turning to their spirituality because they realize that, and finding themselves. And I think that's a beautiful thing to see. So, before we go though, do you have any questions for me, or you can go ahead and have the floor and ask me anything really?
What do you do for your mental health?
That's a good question.
I know you go to an energy healer, and
I do. For me, I'm pretty strict in my routine for the most part. I know it's not good for my circadian clock. Is that what you call it? Your internal
circadian
clock?
rhythm,
Yeah, circadian rhythm. That's what you call it. So on the nights that we work, we're going in at like 9:30 p.m. and we're not going to sleep till 6 a.m. the next day. On my days off, especially Sundays, like I make sure that I get all my grocery shopping done. I have a morning routine. So my morning routine is very strict. My morning routine is I wake up, I open the windows, I make my bed, I'll let my coffee brew during that time. I literally am on my hands and knees praying every morning for whomever it is I'm praying for, myself, my family, my friends. Lately, it's just been the world, because the world needs healing right now. I'm definitely into meditation. I truly believe, and I read this somewhere, that you can wire your brain. The first 20 minutes of your day will literally spark the spirit of the rest of your day. Now, are there those days where everything's just shitty? You hit every red light, somebody ran into you, you spilled coffee on yourself? Absolutely. But it's all about how you respond to those things. I used to be a very anxious filled person. I always had anxiety. I always had to be on the move.
Yeah.
And if I wasn't on the move, I was losing my shit. I was thinking I was doing something wrong if I wasn't in stillness. So something that I've been embracing is stillness, making sure that I relax. I turn off my phone on Do Not Disturb every night when I go to sleep, because at the end of the day, like at 3 a.m., if there's an emergency in Utah, because that's where my family lives, like what the hell am I going to do?
Yeah.
By the time I'm able to jump on a flight and book a flight, it's going to probably be like 7, 8 a.m. anyways, right?
Yeah.
No, I mean, they're obviously able to
Have you seen that meme where they're like, all those people and
Do Not Disturb really doesn't care. Yeah. I mean, listen, I spent so many years of my life in survival mode.
Yeah.
I had an awful childhood.
Detrimental to your nervous system.
Yeah, I had an awful childhood, so I'm very strict on my routine. I make sure that I work out. I eat clean. I believe in the 80-20 rule, eat clean 80% of the week and the 20%,
Yeah, you have to have a balance.
You have to have a balance. I believe in some of the self-care things. I, take a bath. I clear my energy a lot. I do see an energy healer. And let me just say this. I do not believe in like witchcraft or black magic or any of that. She's actually somebody that's taught me quite a bit about the Bible and all that. And this may not resonate. This episode may not resonate for some people, and that's okay. I'm not here to have it, it's going to resonate for who it's going to reach, right? But I'm very strict in that. And now I think a part of self-love for me is I very clear and set on my boundaries. Now I watch, I'm very particular about who I date, who I hang out with. I'm selective with my energy.
Yeah.
I'm just not out being anywhere just to be out anymore.
I know, I've seen your growth
Yeah.
over the past, year?
Thank you. Yeah, growth is definitely there. So just my routine is just on my days off, I'm kind of checked out and I'm here, like I'm doing stuff for the channel. Whatever it is that may be, that's my routine. My routine is, just honing in on me, and now I do actually go home and visit my family more in Utah. I wasn't doing that when I was in my party girl days, I wasn't doing that much. And I feel bad because I missed out a lot of good years of my nieces, lives. So that's another goal of mine, is I want to visit home more often. Yeah.
I can't believe
we're not going to get that time back with our
exactly,
parents.
and it makes me so sad, like every birthday that my mom goes through.
Yeah, and I've noticed that that's a more common thing in the industry than not, is that, people's holidays that aren't in the industry are the days that we're really busy. So it's like Memorial Weekend, everybody's normally out doing, barbecues and boating, and we're working, so we sometimes miss out on those things. And I told myself, that I'm not going to focus so much on money this year. I'm going to focus on, I'm still going to focus on money, but I'm going to focus on, just being present,
being more grounded.
Yeah.
The things that truly matter in life.
Yes. Yes. So I just want to say thank you again for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. Well, that wraps up today's episode on Bottle Girl Diaries. I hope you guys enjoyed and were able to take something from this. Before we go, don't forget to click that subscribe button below so that you can stay up to date with us on our latest. Also, follow our Instagram page at Bottle Girl Diaries, or if you want to get personal with me, you can follow me on my personal page at I am Cindy and Zouk. And we will see you guys next time. Bye.